So as we get closer and closer to the election, it seems as though Hillary Clinton is having more and more problems. And when we're talking about millennials and who millennials will show up to vote for, it seems like she's losing a lot of that support. In a poll, I believe that was in August, seemed like she had over a 20% point lead in terms of millennials over Trump. But now seems like she's like, I think in one poll she's like down to like a 5% lead over Donald Trump.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, a lot of millennials they weren't already, they didn't have this allegiance to Hillary Clinton.
No,
it's like some older voters.
Exactly. They don't have a history with Hillary Clinton. No. So they're able to look at her objectively and say, ugh, that doesn't look like a candidate that I like. I know Bernie Sanders doesn't understand why.
Oh, no. He knows.
Well, he said he didn't understand why Hillary Clinton was not polling well with millennials.
He understood when he was running against her, though.
He sure did.
He understood why. But see, again, he endorsed Hillary Clinton, and so
he's got to look aloof. He's got to
because if he doesn't look aloof and he actually explains why, then it would kind of show her to be the weak candidate that she is.
Yeah. And I guess that would be like promoting Trump. Then you can't. David Brock back on the campaign trail in the primaries, right? From Media Matters. Remember, he was talking about, well, look, Bernie, you got to tone it down. You're hitting Hillary way too fiercely, and if you keep hitting her like this, when it comes time for the general election, she's going to be a weak candidate going up against Trump. So please back off. So I guess those words were true. I guess, right? She's a weak candidate. I don't think David Brock meant to say that.
Yeah, I know.
But she's a weak candidate.
Well, my thing is, only weak candidates get knocked off their square. You know what I'm saying? Like, if she was a strong candidate, there would be no need to be worried about her being hit because she would be able to sustain any hit because she's standing on her square, strong, steady.
She'd be a strong
candidate. It's just not necessary. Like, this is sad.
The establishment way of politics is going down, okay? We're witnessing its demise right now. Now, how long it takes is on us. It's on all of us to make sure that we change the political environment.
Well, essentially what you're saying is the jig is up.
Yeah.
Because essentially all these self-appointed liberals, like the Clintons, Obama, Biden, Kerry, Nancy Pelosi, etc., they kind of speak liberalism linguistically.
Right.
But essentially they sell out the working class for the sake of corporate interests.
What did Jill Stein say? She said these corporate Democrats always fake left, go right. And that's what they do all the time. They have, like you said, their language is even progressive at sometimes, right? But in their actions, what do? They resemble Republicans. Like, you can't even tell them apart.
And I think, there's a lot of younger people that they see that, Democrats do make, incremental changes, these little small steps, but all of that other stuff that they do, underneath, that's
destroying our democracy. Yeah. Not even destroying it. Because it's already been destroyed.
Undermining
keeping it destroyed.
Yeah, like TPP.
Right.
Taking money.
They want to further destroy it with things like the TPP. Give away our sovereignty.
So as I'm saying, all those other things supersede any incremental change they make, and I think a lot of younger people see through that.
Right. And see, and that's the way politics is going. That's the way this nation is going. I have a strong feeling that the actual people of this nation are going left, but our politicians don't want to go with them. But it's going to come to a head at some point. And it's starting with this younger generation. They're not buying what the Clintons are selling. They're not buying what Obama is selling.
And they have to blame somebody else.
Yeah.
They have to blame the people for not buying what they're selling.
Yeah.
Or if they have to blame Jill Stein.
Look, it started with blaming Bernie Sanders. Why are you even in the race, Bernie? Why are you in the race? It's Hillary's race. It's her time. She's going to be the first woman president. Get out of the race. You're ruining things.
You're hurting her.
Yeah,
you're hurting her.
Exactly. Now that Bernie's out and he's playing the game now, he's on your side. Now it's, Jill Stein. Why are you in the race? A vote for Jill Stein is a vote for Trump. A vote for Gary Johnson is a vote for Trump. Stay at home, that's a vote for Trump. So we have to vote for Clinton if we want any kind of progress. We have to vote for Clinton. But what kind of progress, like you said, what kind of progress are we going to get? We're going to get that same old incrementalism, and we're not going to get the actual change we need. All we're going to do is embolden these corrupt establishment candidates to do what they always do, which is not represent us. So, like I said, apparently the millennials got your number. Yeah. Apparently.
Yeah, because when you juxtapose Hillary Clinton up against a real progressive, they see things for what they are.
Yeah. And according to these polls, they are liking Gary Johnson and Jill Stein more and more. And that support is taking away support from Hillary and Trump, too. They're taking away support from both of those, those candidates, because even though we know Hillary Clinton is an establishment candidate and Trump is perceived as this outsider, no, he is the ultimate insider. He plays the game as well as any insider. He's just not been a politician before and held office before, but he has done how insiders do, how lobbyists do. He has lobbied Congress before. He has told you he's lobbied Congress before. He does for himself. So
he even went after the same money that the other Republicans went after, and they didn't give it to him. That's when he started talking that populist mess. You know what I'm saying? But maybe, as far as, learning a lesson, Hillary Clinton campaign, maybe they should take some of the plays from Jill Stein's playbook. Maybe they might get some support.
But they're not going to do that.
No.
But they're not going to do that.